Hello everyone, it's me, Andrea, from Andy's Corner, and I'm so glad that you've joined me today for today's story from the Bible Animals Storybook, written by Mack Thomas. Today, we're talking about a story about a lazy ant. Are you ever lazy? When your mom or dad tells you to clean up, do you clean up right away? Or do you want to play more or sleep more? Let's see what happens. And maybe we'll learn how to not be lazy. Beside an old dusty road long ago, there was an anthill. In and around and all over the anthill were thousands of ants working like crazy. They were storing up food for the winter. They had to find the food and carry it back to the anthill. Pack it carefully inside, then go back and get more. While they bustled along, they sang a working song. Let's work, don't shirk, just work and work and work and work. Bring in the stuff, more than enough, be extra tough, ready and rough, huff and puff with all your spuff. Work with perk, let's work and work and work. That was pretty good. You guys have gone berserk, said one of the ants to all the others one early morning as he watched them rushing by. I'm not going to work anymore, he added as he sat down near the road. The other ants scolded him as they passed. Hey you, get busy, they said, or you're nothing but a lazy ant. Or get up and start huffing and puffing with all your spuff. But it was no use. The lazy ant didn't budge. There he is right here. He's right here sleeping, taking a nap. Hey you, get busy. You lazy ant. See, all the other ants are working except for him. That afternoon, the other ants quit working long enough to gather around the lazy ant. Their faces looked heavy and somber, and they said to him, "We've decided you can no longer be an ant." "What do you mean?" he said. "You're a disgrace to the name ant. Everybody knows ants are good workers, but no one would guess that looking at you. If you won't act like an ant, then you can't be an ant." They turned to go back to work, saying, "We're busy now, so goodbye, you lazy whatever you are." The lazy ant didn't know what to do, so he stomped out into the middle of the road. He turned back once and shouted to the others, "What do you expect me to be? A hippopotamus? Or a whale? Or an elephant?" But no one took notice of him. So he turned and just kept marching down the road. He was upset. He had taken only a few steps with each of his 6 legs when suddenly something blocked the sun above him. He looked up, far up, and saw that he was in the shadow of a man and a child. "Oh no," he cried, "I'll be stepped on. I'll be crushed. I'll be killed. I've got to get out of the way." He darted to the right side of the road. Then he changed his mind and dashed to the left. Then he changed his mind again and rushed back right. Then he turned again and lost his sense of direction. So he kept running in circles. See, there he is. Finally, all 6 of his tired legs went out from under him, and he dropped to the dust. Looking up, he saw the feet of the man and the child standing still beside him. Between the child's sandals was a tiny breadcrumb. See, right there, tiny breadcrumb. Lifting his eyes higher, the ant saw the man's purple robe. See the purple? Raising his eyes even higher, he saw two noble faces looking down, and on the man's head was a golden crown. "It's the king," the ant gasped. He heard the king say, "Never be lazy, my son, but learn to work hard, like the ants do. In fact, let's watch this one for a moment." The two faces stared down at him. So the ant got up on one leg, and then another, then another, and another, and another, and another, and the last one too. And he raced to the breadcrumb. With all his might, he lifted the crumb high above him. It was heavy and hard to balance. But by putting one foot in front of the other, and then the another, and then another, and another, again and again and again, he carried the crumb all the way back to the anthill, where the other ants smiled at him. He stored it carefully inside, then turned to go back for more. Outside, he saw the king and his son proceeding down the road, and he heard the king say, "Now that, my son, is a real ant. Work hard like him, and you'll be wise." To read the story of what they're talking about, you can read Proverbs chapter 6, verses 6 through 8, and Proverbs chapter 30, verse 25. In the Bible, it talks about how ants are hard workers, and we should take an example from the ants. But sometimes we probably feel lazy. But what in this story does it seem like we need? We need to go to somebody who can tell us who we are and remind us of our purpose. And that, my friends, is God. God, whenever you feel like you can't do something, or you're discouraged, or you're tired, or maybe you're sad, or you don't even know what to do or where to start, go to God, and He will remind you who you are and what you can do and what to do. And He will give you strength, just like He gave the strength to the ant to carry the breadcrumb. And He will give you strength to carry your breadcrumbs. So, I hope you enjoyed that story about the lazy ant who's no longer lazy. And I hope you come back next week for my next video, which is about, let's see, Solomon's smelly stallion, which is a horse, by the way. So, tune in next week, and I'll see you later. Bye!